Hello, friends. Happy New Year to you all. Welcome to my channel, Real Estate Edge with Jimmy Singh. Friends, in this video, I would like to discuss the recent stats or sales data according to Toronto Real Estate Board for Greater Toronto Area real estate market. And in this short video, I would like to discuss my thoughts on the market in 2021 and where we are heading. So friends, if you follow me on my channel for last 8-9 months, I've been telling you since I joined real estate 15 years ago, I've been hearing there's a housing bubble, but if for whatever reason it doesn't seem to be popping soon. And I am an investor. I invest for long term. One thing I can promise all of you, that if you buy a real estate property and live in the property for 15-20 years, pay it off, you will have a very good capital gains down the line. Because at the end of the day, nobody can predict how the market is doing, right? And even in 2020 March and April, some of the so-called professionals or experts from CMHC, they came out and said the market is going to crash 8 to 19%, because that time in April, March, as you guys know, it was lockdown and it was all doom and gloom, and social media videos were all filled with market crash and things going to come to an end. And during that time, I'm grateful to all my clients who listen and heed to my advice. So lots of you who called me and said, Jamie, what do I do with my condos? What do I do with my rental properties? Maybe the tenants are going to stop paying rent. I pretty much tell everybody not to sell that time. And some of you have actually called me on my new year and wished me and said, that was the best thing they could have done. Because the same property since April, they are up 80,000, 50,000, 100,000 up. Had they panicked and listened to those, media doom and gloom, they could have lost money in real estate. So friends, one thing I want to clarify is, a lot of you have watched my video, and there's a lot of good, professionals who create these video with stats and data. But at the end of the day, there's lots of the people in, what you call marketplace. I see they have no skin in the game, and they just want, people to just panic and sell real estate so they can take advantage, right? So be very, careful who you take advice from. Listen, from all the expert, follow social media. But as I said, real estate is always long term. There's always upcycle. There's always, bull run. There's always bear market. Look at the stock market. Like in April, everybody was scared, but that time it created tremendous opportunity for a lot of investors. Even for me, I invest in stock market as well. So I look at my portfolio, last week in 2021, and I see some of those ETFs or stocks, they're up 50%, 90%, 80% up, right? So we can't, these cycles will always happen. So if you see Toronto Real Estate Board data or a graph for last 30 years, you see it's keep going up and up. There's no, some years it might come down, but overall in 30 years, it's heading upwards. So that is, something you have to know. And the other thing is, a lot of expert end of 2020 who I follow, a lot of the top, owners of big real estate brokerages, they have very optimist, predictions. And they said average house pricing in GTA is predicted to grow 6 to 9% in 2021 this year. So that is the outlook, I'm, seeing in the marketplace, right? And December was a huge month. In December in Greater Toronto Real Estate, we have 7,180 sales, which is 64.5% higher than December of 2019, when the sales were 4,364. And even, the condo market it has made a huge comeback in December in 416 area, especially downtown condominiums. And in 416 area condominium, friends, the sales year over year are up 75.9%, though the price is down 4.7% on average, right? So at the average, average doesn't, give you a clear picture, because if you have a knowledgeable, good professional agent, he can pinpoint on certain buildings, and you will be surprised, how certain buildings actually have positive, price growth in core downtown Toronto. Maybe I'm gonna make another video for condo market in downtown and discuss about the sales in the month of December 2020. Other thing, guys, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, lot of you have called me and talked to me regarding downtown condos, and I said that that was a tremendous opportunity. The market is down. There's a lot of scared sellers in the marketplace. You should take advantage. Obviously, I can't predict how this thing is going to pan out, but long term, I'm bullish in Toronto downtown market. And that time, you were asking me, Jimmy, how come so many people are selling condos in Toronto downtown? And right now, today, like 5th of January, you are asking me, the same people, who are all these people, Jimmy, who are buying these condos? Because we are looking at these condo places, they're flying off the shelf. They've been in the market for a long time. Some of the agents were adjusting price, canceling listing, relisting, and some sellers are taking off the market, because some people sit on realtor.ca pretty much, that's their hobby. They follow what's going on in my neighborhood, my condo building, how my investment is doing. That's not actually a bad idea, but right now the same very people are asking me, who are these people buying? Obviously, international borders are closed, so we can't point a finger and blame foreign buyers from Hong Kong, China, or India, right? So must be local people, right? See, guys, in 2017, when government of Ontario came with fair housing plan, especially NRST, which is non-resident sales tax of 15% in greater Golden Horseshoe market, suddenly things came to a halt, right? Because they want to stop all the speculators by putting extra tax in an extra hot market. And then what actually happened is, a lot of those investors or condo investors, they actually said, international people thought, instead of paying 15% tax, let's move to other markets like Ottawa, London, Windsor, where NRST is not applicable. And in 2020, I sold quite a few condominiums in Ottawa, and I bought one condo myself in Ottawa as well, and it has done very well, right? So I spoke with a bunch of builders last year in Ottawa, and they're saying, Jimmy, lot of greater Toronto area people are buying condominiums in Ottawa area, and then and lot of investors are very bullish in that market. And since then, if you just Google, it will show you how the market have panned out since last year in those markets. Even London, it is doing very well. And also what happened in 2017, government put rent control on all the primary some of the residential product as well. So, and in 2018 they came up with a stress test where people have to qualify for 2% more interest rate. Obviously it has caused some panic or confusion in the marketplace, right? And in 2020 we have another, we call it black swan event or a big event, that is COVID. And the pandemic lockdown suddenly put scorching hot market of January, February to a screeching halt. And then since then, as you guys all know, market have since picked up, right? So at this point of time, guys, I have no idea what's going to cool the real estate market in 2021 in Golden Horseshoe, Greater Toronto area, Kitchener, Waterloo, Hamilton, London, Windsor, because everything is pointing to another good year this year, right? So what happened is, out of the 5 big GTA regions where we do business, like Halton, Peel, Toronto, York, Durham, I saw Durham had the biggest gains in 2020 real estate market. So for example, if I talk about Halton, single family homes, they are up 17.95%. And in Halton region comes Oakville, Burlington. And if I talk about townhouses in Halton region, they are up 16.22%. And condo apartments in Halton region, they are up 8.65%. And if I talk about Peel region, which is Mississauga, Brampton, Caledon, single family homes are up 13.98%. Townhouses, 12.64%. Condo apartments, 5.23%. And if I talk about Toronto, 9.82% increase in single family homes pricing, townhouses 10.40%, condo apartments are 0.76%. That is a home price index as per Toronto Regional Real Estate Board year over year for 2020. If I talk about York region, which is Vaughan, Richmond Hill, those areas, 13.89% is the growth for prices of single family homes in Markham as well. And then townhouses have risen 10.28%, condo apartment 6.84%. And if I talk about Durham, 21.62% for single family homes, and townhouses 21.69%, condo apartments in Durham 12.43%. Durham, guys, is east of Toronto. Pickering, Oshawa, Ajax, that region, it is growing very well. And even median price, Durham is the cheapest of all of them. And average house price in Durham is $825,000 as compared to Toronto, where average price is hovering around 1.216 million. And in Peel region, the average price is 1.08 million. In Halton, it is 1.26 million. And in York, again, roughly $1.26 million, right? And in December 2020, again, was the third best year on record as per Toronto Real Estate Board. We have in total, friends, 95,000 sales, a little over 95,000 sales. And the other years I recognize is 2016, which was also a record year. I was very busy that year as well. In that year, 113 and 40 homes were sold that year. And in 2015 prior, 214 homes were sold, like over 100,000 homes sold. So as I said, I was hoping for a record breaking year, but it was the third best year on record, right? And if I talk about selling to listing ratio, we consider a seller's market when the ratio is more than 55%, mean for every listing that comes on the market, how many sales happen. But right now in December, 416 has a ratio of 119%. 905 areas, suburbs of Toronto, ratio is 125%. So what that means basically is sales and listings are actually increasing similar proportional or amount, directly proportional. For example, in December in 416 areas, we have in total 2281 new listings in 41 region, and the sales were 2713. So 2713 were the sales. And in 905 areas, we have in total 3584 new listings, and the sales were 4467. So as you can see, they've been absorbed pretty quickly, right? So I don't see, again, any challenge right now. I don't see anything or a, black swan event happening, in the globe but you never know, you know what I mean? I can't predict, the market keep going up. I actually want to take a breather so people can have more affordability in the housing. But friends, be very careful listening to expert advice, and especially on social media videos. And as I said, I watch a lot of videos, but then sometimes it's just scare tactics. Don't follow it, go with your gut, and if you hold real estate for long term, you will do fine. And lastly, it's just a humble request. I know it's kind of a funny, because I use this platform to educate consumers. I want consumers to be savvy and so nobody can take advantage of them. It's just in this last couple of days, I come across some kind of deceptive marketing by some of the agents. Since my clients, they keep sending me, Jimmy, what do you think about this project, that project? So I'll discuss three, things that happened this week that really ticked me off, because there's no need for these things, right? First thing what happened is, I'm very active, investor in London market. I have a lot of investors who put money there. So in December of 2020, I sold bunch of, new homes in a subdivision. I know the builders inside out. I have their cell phones, with me all the time. And I see an agent in GTA promoting, actually yesterday, the same lots, which have like single garage homes, and they're promoting as a double garage. And they are putting like exclusive lots to, 10 lots available, 8 lots, call me, I have exclusivity, right? I know 100% for sure the agent is not, from GTA. The agent is based in London. I actually know the broker as well who is promoting the site. And, there's no point, you know what I mean? And he just, saying, I have exclusivity, call me. He doesn't have exclusivity, and the pictures he used to get those leads is false. Those are not double car garage, guys. You can't buy in London any double car garage for 600,000 or even 650, right? And you will probably Google right now, go on Kijiji, you will see bunch of those ads. That's just rubbish, right? I'm sick and tired of looking at it. I don't know why industry people don't speak up on these things. And then I got WhatsApp message from another client of mine, and there was another agent. She was promoting townhouses in London from 400s. I know if you guys just go to realtor.c right now, I checked in the morning, there's only 2 townhouses in London for sale. One is 499, one is, below market asking for 450, but they have an offer hold date, right? So good houses in London are going 520, more than 5, right? I'm talking about 2-story townhouse, not condominium townhouses, right? And when my client texted me, she said, Jimmy, there's new houses coming in London, townhouses for 4. And I said, without looking at the message, I said, just discard it. That is just BS, because that's not the true prices of townhouses in London. And then I told her, even without looking at it, that probably would be a small town, maybe 15-20 minutes drive off London. Because if you go to London, there's plenty of small areas like Kilworth, Alderton, St. Thomas. You go up, there's Arwa, there's Thamesford. Like, I know all those small towns because I'm an investor by, heart. I do investments, so I look for deals for myself and my clients, right? What happened is, at the end, she showed me the ad. I figure out, because I know the builder who is doing those townhouses. That was not in London. That was 15 minutes away in a small town with a population of 2,000 people, right? And the last, thing that I saw was student rental guarantees, guys. So anytime you buy into these things, please call your lender to make sure they are financeable. Because in 2020, I had the opportunity of listing 2 or 3 condos by Waterloo University, which are, exclusive student rentals. Basically, only students can live there. I sold them numerous times. I had very hard time getting buyers to get financing from the bank. I end up selling those ones, but those buyers, use line of credit to close those transactions, right? So lot of those banks I speak with a couple of banks, they say, Jimmy, those buildings are blacklisted. It's hard to get mortgages on those buildings. And I see agents today even promoting student rental with guarantees and this and that. You know what I mean? So take those things with a grain of salt, friends, because in any good city in Canada, the vacancy rate is less than 1% as per CMHC. Any good rental you list at a reasonable price will be absorbed and rented right away. So don't buy real estate based purely on, a surety of 5-year rental. I'll give you my number. My number is 647-961-2639. I challenge you, give me any property from Niagara, Pickering, Windsor, London, Mississauga. It has to be clean, nice rental at a fair price. I give you rental for 10 years, guarantee. You know what I mean? So be guys smart, and again, 99% agents I deal with, they are professional, very good agents. But then again, there are some agents, they leave very bad taste. And I want to make sure, public has high regard for our profession. This is the reason, when I see these things, it get my blood boiling. Again, sorry for my rant. I appreciate you watching my channel. And shortly, I will release another video, especially for downtown condo market. Thank you, friends, for watching. God bless you all. Have an awesome year. Talk to you soon.